Very good morning. This is Dr. A. Aravindan, Professor in Civil Engineering Department. We will discuss the sustainable construction technology. Today we will discuss about the topic 12, project planning. In the project planning, we will discuss about the definition of project planning, components and the steps involved the project planning, then inventory optimization, then components of inventory optimization. First we will discuss the project planning. Project planning is the crucial phase in the project management. It involves the defining the project objectives, scope, timelines, time, resources and the activities is needed to achieve the goals. So it lays the foundation for the successive execution and control the project throughout the life cycle. So the effective project planning, it helps the project is completed on time, within budget and accommodates with the quality and performance standards. Next we will discuss the components and step involved the project planning. So the first project objectives and the scope definition. First, clarity is define the project objectives, goals and deliverable. Then what is the project supposed to achieve? Then establish the project scope by specifying the what is the included and what is the excluded from the project. Next, stakeholder identification analysis. So the identify the all stakeholder including the project sponsor, team member, customer and other individual or groups is affected by or within interested in the project. So we can analyze the need and the expectation and the influence of the project. Next, project requirement. So gather and all documents is related the project requirement and including the functional and the technical and the performance specifications. So it ensure the requirement of the clear and measurable and aligned with the project objectives. Next, project schedule. So the project schedule, it create the project outline the sequence of the activities and milestone and deadlines. So we can use the tool like a Gantt chart or a project management software to visualize the schedule and allocate the resource effectively. Next, resource planning. So identify the human, financial or material or equipment resource we can need the project. So need for the project. So allocate the resource it based on their availability of and skill set. Next, risk assessment and mitigation. So identify the potential risk and uncertain it could impact the project success. So it develop the risk management plan to assess the mitigate or responded to this risk. Next, budgeting and cost estimation. So it create the detailed project budget and include all the cost associated with the project like labor, material and equipment and other head. So monitor and control project is expenditure throughout the project life cycle. So the quality standard, next quality standard and control. So we can define the quality standard and performance metrics. It's a project deliverable must meet. So the develop the quality assurance and control plan to ensure the project meet these standards. Next, communication plan. So we can establish the communication plan, outlines how the project information will be distributed, who will be responsible for the communication and the frequency of the update. So ensure the effective communication is among the project stakeholders. Next, procurement planning. So we can identify and any goods or service it need to the procured externally. So we can develop the procurement plan and outline the procurement process, it criteria for the vendor sector and contract management. Next, change management. So we can develop the change management plan and to handle any changes in project scope or requirement or objectives. So we can define the change control process to evaluate and approve the changes. Next, monitoring and control. So we can establish the key performance indicators to measure the project progress and success. So we can develop the monitoring and control plan to track the project performance is against the baseline plan. So, and take the corrective action and when necessary. Next, documentation. So, we can maintain through the project documentation and including the project plan, report, meeting minutes and correspondence. So, we can ensure that documentation is very easily accessible to the all relevant stakeholders. Next, legal and regulatory compliance. So, it identify and comply with any legal or regulatory equipment is applied to the projects. So, we can ensure the permit and license and approval of obtained the needed. Then approval and baseline. So, obtain from approval from the project censor and stakeholder for the project plan. Then we can establish the baseline and service the reference point against with the project performance will be measured. Next, we will discuss the inventory optimizations. So, the inventory optimization is the strategy of approach to managing and controlling the company is the its maximum efficiency, minimize cost and meet the customer demand effectively. So, it involves the finding the right balance between the maintaining sufficient stock level and fulfill the customer order while minimize the excessive inventory. It ties up capital and incurs the carrying cost. So, the primary goal of inventory optimization is improve the operational performance and increase the profitability and enhance the customer satisfaction. This is the primary goal of the inventory optimization. Next, component of inventory optimization. First, demand forecasting. So, we can accurate the demand forecasting is critical for the inventory optimization. So, by analyze the historical sale data and market trends and companies can predict future demand is more accurately. It very help to the aligning the inventory level with the expected demand. Next, safety stock. So, the safety stock is the extra inventory kept to mitigate the risk of the stock out to the unfortunate demand fluctuation or supply disruption. So, the inventory optimization is involved the determining the appropriate level of the safety stock to the minimize the risk of the stock out without holding excessive inventory. Next, lead time management. So, we can understanding the lead time is required to procure or manufacture inventory is very essential. So, by reducing the lead times through the better supplier relationship or process improvement and companies, it can minimize and need for the excessive safety stock. Next, technology and software. So, inventory management software and advanced analyzed tool, it can assist the tracking and optimize the inventory level, especially for the larger and more complex supply chains. Next, economic order quality. So, economic order quality is a mathematical model. It calculates the optimal order quality is minimize the total inventory cost. It's including the ordering and holding of the cost. So, the inventory optimization is often involved the using the economics order quality principle to determine the order qualities. Next, just in time inventory. So, just in time inventory is a strategy is main aim to minimize the inventory level by the receiving goods and material just in time for the protection or customer demand. So, it is reduce the just in time is reduce the carrying cost and free up the capital and but it require the precise time and efficient supply chain management. Next, supplier collaborations. So, we can the supplier collaborating is very closely with the supplier, it can lead to the better inventory optimizations. So, the supplier it help to the demand forecasting, it reduce the lead time and implementing the vendor managed inventory systems. Next, inventory turnover ratio. So, the monitoring inventory turnover ratio it's very help to the gauge of the how the efficiency how the effectively inventory is moving through the supply chain. So, the higher turnover is indicate better inventory optimization. Next, continuous improvement. So, the inventory optimization is the ongoing process. So, the company, it should regularly review and to adjust the inventory strategies based on the changing marketing condition and demand pattern and supply performance. So, the benefit of inventory optimization is include the reduce the carrying cost and improve the cash flow and better customer service through the reduce the stock out and increase the warehouse space efficiency and more responsible to the market changes. Thank you.